Welcome to the Elder Wisdom and Strength channel. I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're watching this from your cozy recliner, your kitchen table with a cup of tea in hand, or maybe even from bed winding down your day, I want to thank you for choosing to spend these few minutes with me. Today we're diving into a topic that might sound a little lighthearted on the surface, but it's actually something deeply meaningful for anyone over 65 who wants to feel vibrant, confident, and well cared for in their own skin. Let me ask you something. Have you looked in the mirror lately and thought, where did that glow go? Maybe your skin feels dry no matter how much moisturizer you use. Maybe you've noticed it's getting thinner, more delicate, or you're seeing more age spots and uneven tones than you did just a few years ago. I get it. It can be frustrating, especially when you're doing your best to take care of yourself. But here's the truth. After 65, your skin is not the same as it used to be, and that's not a bad thing. It just means you have to care for it differently. In fact, your skin becomes a direct reflection of your overall well-being, your hydration, your sleep quality, your stress levels, even how much time you spend under warm lighting versus harsh overhead ones. And most importantly, it reflects how well you're treating yourself with love and attention. That's why today, we're going to talk about 5 simple nighttime rituals. Yes, only 5, that can bring back that natural glow, improve your skin's texture and tone, and even help you sleep better. These are not complicated, expensive spa treatments. They are dermatologist-approved, senior-friendly habits you can do right at home. No special gadgets, no magic serums that cost a fortune. Just real, gentle steps that support your skin from the inside out. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I'm in my late 60s, maybe even 70s or beyond. Isn't it too late to start worrying about glowing skin? Let me reassure you, it is never too late. Not only can you improve the way your skin looks, but you can also feel more in control of your health and well-being by making small, consistent changes. This isn't about vanity, it's about feeling good in your own skin, literally, and being proud of the face you present to the world every morning. You see, after 65, skin goes through a whole lot of changes. Collagen production slows down. Skin becomes thinner, which makes it more prone to dryness and sensitivity. Healing takes longer, and the protective barrier that once kept moisture in begins to weaken. These changes are natural. But just because they're natural doesn't mean we can't respond to them with care, awareness, and a bit of intention. I remember talking to a lovely woman named Rose at a community center in Arizona. She's 73, full of laughter and energy, but she told me that until just last year, she had completely stopped paying attention to her skin. She figured, what's the point? But after a checkup with her dermatologist, she realized how important skincare was. Not for looking young, but for staying healthy. Since then, she's created a simple bedtime routine that's made a world of difference. Her skin looks smoother, more hydrated, and she even told me she sleeps better now that she's made her routine part of her wind-down time. So let's be honest, caring for your skin isn't just about looking good. It's about self-respect. It's about taking a moment for yourself, especially in the evening when the day is winding down. Your nighttime ritual should be a time to breathe deeply, slow down, and treat yourself with the same gentleness you'd offer to a loved one. And it doesn't need to take more than 10 or 15 minutes. These rituals I'm going to share with you are designed to be simple, relaxing, and most importantly, effective for mature skin. We'll talk about gentle cleansing, moisturizing in a way that actually works. The one ingredient that dermatologists say is the holy grail for older skin, and even how a few minutes of facial massage can boost circulation and leave your skin looking brighter by morning. We'll also cover how your bedtime environment can make or break your skin's health. Yes, even something like your pillowcase matters. But before we get into the rituals themselves, let's talk a little about why this matters. Because glowing skin isn't just about the outer layer. It's a reflection of your entire body. It tells you whether you're hydrated enough, It reveals how well your body is producing collagen and managing inflammation. And it reflects your emotional state too. Stress, anxiety, and poor sleep can all show up right on your face. So when you build a nighttime routine that supports your skin, you're also supporting your nervous system, your hormones, your mood, and your sleep quality. Now, I'm not here to sell you a miracle cream or pretend that we can erase decades of life experience from your face. And honestly, why would we want to? Every wrinkle, every freckle, every soft fold tells a story. You've lived a life full of love, hard work, laughter, maybe some grief too. Those stories deserve to be honored, not erased. But what we can do is help your skin reflect your vitality, your strength, and your inner glow. Because that's what true beauty looks like at 65, 70, 80, and beyond. So if you're ready to feel more comfortable and confident in your own skin, if you're ready to treat yourself with a little more care and create a routine that honors the beautiful life you've lived, stick with me. You don't need expensive tools or fancy products. You just need a willingness to give yourself the time and attention you deserve. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you think about aging and self-care. And by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to create your very own bedtime ritual that leaves your skin refreshed, your mind calm, and your spirit lighter. Let's begin. It's a quiet truth many people don't talk about enough. How skin changes after 65 can leave you feeling like you've lost a bit of yourself. What once felt soft, firm, and familiar can begin to feel foreign. And even though we might not always say it out loud, it affects how we feel when we look in the mirror. That glow you once had may now feel like a dullness you can't quite shake, no matter how many creams you try. As we age, our skin becomes thinner and less elastic, and the oil glands slow down their activity. That natural moisture barrier that protected your face in your younger years, it starts to fade, and without the right care, that leads to dry patches, itchiness, redness, and in many cases, a tired, washed-out look. That's not just cosmetic. It's physical, emotional, and even deeply personal. Because your skin is the largest organ in your body, and it's often the first to show signs of stress, poor sleep, dehydration, or health imbalances. One of the biggest issues many older adults face is simply not realizing how much these nightly routines, or lack thereof, are affecting their overall skin health. It's not unusual to go to bed without removing makeup or sunscreen, or maybe just rinsing with water and calling it a night. It happens out of habit, or because it feels like too much to bother with. But over time, these small habits, or missed habits, build up. They begin to leave your skin defenseless against the things it's exposed to during the day. Sun damage, pollution, bacteria, and even indoor heating or air conditioning that dries it out. Imagine your skin like a sponge. During the day, it soaks up everything from sunlight to dirt to stress. At night, it's supposed to rest, heal, and restore itself. But without the right rituals in place, your skin never gets that chance. And that healing process, which already slows down with age, becomes even weaker. It's no wonder so many older adults notice their skin becoming duller and less radiant. And here's the thing. Most people think this is just aging, plain and simple. But that's not entirely true. Yes, some changes are inevitable. But many of the most common skin issues after 65, dryness, irritation, sagging, can be eased, even reversed, with just a little consistency at night. I've spoken with so many women and men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who tell me they didn't even realize how dehydrated their skin had become until they saw flaking around the nose or cheeks that wouldn't go away. Or how they'd suddenly developed tiny red capillaries across their cheeks and thought it was from thin skin, when in reality, it was from chronic dryness and exposure to harsh indoor air. What's more, the natural slowdown of cell turnover means dead skin cells sit longer on the surface of your face, making it appear more dull, gray, and uneven. Without a nightly habit that gently clears those cells away, that buildup can linger for weeks. Not to mention, Your skin's reduced ability to produce collagen and elastin means it needs extra support from the outside: moisture, nutrients, and a calming environment to thrive. But why don't more older adults talk about this? Part of it is that many people, especially those raised in a time when self-care wasn't always encouraged, may feel like paying attention to skin is vain or unnecessary. Maybe you were taught to work hard, keep going, and not fuss over appearances. And that's understandable. But self-care is not selfish. And at this stage of life, it's not about looks, it's about health, comfort, and self-respect. Another reason is that the skincare industry isn't always kind to seniors. So many products on the shelf are designed with 20 or 30-year-olds in mind. They promise anti-aging miracles, but they're full of ingredients that strip mature skin of the very oils and moisture it needs to stay healthy. You might have tried a trendy serum and ended up with more irritation than glow. You're not alone. There's also a kind of quiet resignation that creeps in for many of us. A belief that glowing skin belongs to the past, that it's too late to get it back. But let me gently challenge that thinking. Just because your skin is older doesn't mean it has to look or feel neglected. In fact, when properly cared for, mature skin can be some of the most beautiful, soft, elegant, full of depth and character. I met a man named Richard last winter at a senior fitness center. He's 76 and had never used skincare a day in his life, until a rash from dry skin sent him to a dermatologist. The doctor gave him a basic nighttime routine: cleanse gently, apply a moisturizer with ceramides, and sleep on a clean cotton pillowcase. That's it. Within 2 weeks, his face looked calmer, less irritated, and his confidence grew. He told me his wife even said he looked refreshed, and he chuckled like it was the best compliment he'd gotten in years. The reality is, most people ignore these signs until they become a problem. You might think, it's just dry skin, I'll drink more water, or this redness will go away. But dry skin doesn't always heal on its own. If left unaddressed, it can crack, become inflamed, or even lead to infection. And nighttime is your best opportunity to give your skin the support it needs to heal naturally while you sleep. Let's not forget the emotional toll either. Feeling uncomfortable in your skin, literally, can make you less likely to go out, to socialize, to feel like your best self. A tight, itchy face or blotchy patches can make you feel like hiding instead of stepping out with confidence. And that's a shame, because this chapter of your life is one where you should feel proud, vibrant, and present, not retreating into the shadows. The good news is that you're not stuck with dry, dull skin. And no, it's not too late. The simple truth is that your skin needs a little more help now than it did at 40 or 50. But that doesn't mean it's beyond help. It just means shifting your habits and being more intentional about your nighttime routine. So as we prepare to dive into the 5 key rituals that can help your skin restore its natural radiance, I want you to remember something. Your skin is still very much alive, very responsive, and incredibly capable of healing itself, if you give it the tools it needs. All it takes is a little bit of patience, a gentle approach, and the willingness to give yourself just 10 peaceful minutes at the end of your day. So let's talk about what your skin is trying to tell you. Because it speaks, just not in words. It whispers through dryness, redness, and rough patches. It signals through flaking, sagging, and fine lines that seem to deepen overnight. And more often than not, these signs go unnoticed, brushed off as just part of getting older. But they are clues. Clues your body is sending, gently nudging you toward giving it just a little more care. One of the first signs many older adults notice is persistent dryness. It starts subtly, maybe a little tightness around the cheeks after washing your face, or a small patch of flakiness on your forehead or chin. You might even notice your skin seems to drink your moisturizer and still feel dry 10 minutes later. This isn't just surface-level dryness. It's your skin's way of telling you that its natural protective barrier, the one that keeps moisture in, is wearing thin. And when that barrier breaks down, the skin becomes more vulnerable to irritation, redness, and even minor infections. Another signal to pay attention to is itchiness, especially at night. If you find yourself scratching your arms, legs, or even your face before bed, your skin might be lacking essential oils that normally keep it supple. This is more than just an annoyance. It can interfere with your sleep, make you feel uncomfortable in your clothes, and even lead to broken skin if scratching becomes too frequent. Dermatologists often point out that nighttime itchiness is one of the most common signs of aging skin being neglected. Then there's that feeling of dullness, like your skin just looks tired. Maybe your complexion isn't as even as it once was, or your skin tone looks uneven in the mirror under your bathroom light. This can often be caused by a buildup of dead skin cells that your body isn't shedding as quickly as it once did. After 65, the skin's ability to renew itself slows down significantly. Where cell turnover used to happen every 28 days, it can now take 45 days or more. That means those dull, dead skin cells are sitting on the surface far too long, hiding the healthy, glowing layers underneath. And what about puffiness in the face when you wake up in the morning? That can be a sign of poor circulation or fluid retention, and it often means your nighttime position, hydration, or skin routine needs adjustment. Many people think puffy eyes or cheeks are just from a salty dinner, but it could be your body signaling inflammation or a lack of lymphatic drainage overnight. Let's not forget the more subtle emotional signs your skin might be reflecting. Stress and anxiety don't just weigh on your shoulders. They show up in your skin too. You might notice deeper lines forming between your eyebrows or along your forehead. You may see your skin becoming thinner, more fragile. Chronic stress releases hormones like cortisol that break down collagen faster, leading to sagging and a loss of elasticity. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, it's no surprise your skin is feeling it too. And then there are more serious signs, ones you mustn't ignore. If you notice sudden redness or swelling that doesn't go away after a day or two, or patches that look scaly or change in shape or color, it's time to get checked. A dermatologist should always look at any new spots that bleed easily or don't heal. Skin cancer is more common in older adults, especially those who spent time in the sun during earlier decades without the sun protection we know is necessary today. Even something as simple as frequent breakouts or tiny bumps on the face can be a sign of product buildup, poor skin hygiene, or even rosacea, a condition that becomes more common with age. If you're noticing any unusual changes, it's always worth mentioning them to a healthcare provider. Don't wait until it becomes painful or alarming. Now, you might be wondering why all of this happens so suddenly. One reason is hormonal changes. After 65, estrogen levels decline, and with it, the skin loses collagen, hyaluronic acid, and its ability to retain moisture. Think of estrogen as a kind of quiet helper. It keeps your skin firm, plump, and smooth. When it decreases, your skin has to work twice as hard to stay hydrated and strong. If you're not actively supporting it, you'll see the difference within weeks. There's also the impact of years of sun exposure. Even if you were careful, just walking outdoors, gardening, or driving with the windows down for decades adds up. Those UV rays can accelerate the breakdown of collagen and elastin in the skin. It's why you might notice more pronounced wrinkles around the eyes or mouth. These areas are thinner and have less fat underneath to begin with. Environmental factors can't be ignored either. If you live in a dry climate, your skin is constantly battling the air for moisture. If you use central heating or air conditioning, that can strip moisture too. Even your diet affects your skin. If you're not drinking enough water, or if your meals lack healthy fats like those from avocados, nuts, or olive oil, your skin can't maintain its softness. But I also want to take a moment here to remind you that these signs are not signs of failure. They're not your fault. They're simply your body's quiet way of asking for attention, and you can absolutely respond. There's no need for expensive facials or complicated skincare lines. Sometimes, all your skin needs is for you to listen. I remember a woman named Elaine from a retirement community in Florida. She shared that after her husband passed, she stopped looking after her appearance altogether. For a while, she felt invisible, as if it didn't matter anymore. But one day, she bought herself a new face cream. Not because someone told her to, but because she missed taking care of herself. She started applying it every night, gently massaging her cheeks and temples. It became her moment of peace, her way of reconnecting with herself. Within weeks, her skin looked more vibrant, yes, but more importantly, she felt radiant inside. Your skin at this age is about so much more than how you look. It's about how you feel. It's about dignity, about routine, about the comfort that comes from doing something just for yourself. And when you start paying attention to these signals, dryness, dullness, puffiness, irritation, you begin to see them not as problems, but as invitations. Invitations to care, to nourish, and to love yourself a little more. So now that you know what your skin may be trying to tell you, the question becomes, how do you respond? How do you turn those quiet signals into a peaceful nighttime practice that helps your skin heal and glow? Now that we've taken a closer look at the signs your skin might be giving you, the dry patches, the dullness, the itchiness, even the puffiness, it's time to talk about something more hopeful. What you can do about it. Because you can do something. And the good news is, you don't need to buy a drawer full of expensive products or completely change your life overnight. All it takes is a few simple, thoughtful changes to your evening routine. Changes that speak directly to what your skin needs after 65. The first ritual begins with cleansing. Gently, not harshly. Think of your skin at night like a guest who's had a long day. It doesn't need scrubbing or scolding. It needs care, warm water, not hot. A creamy, non-foaming cleanser that doesn't strip your skin of the little natural oils it still produces. Avoid anything with alcohol, fragrances, or strong acids unless your dermatologist specifically recommends it. Instead, go for products labeled hydrating for sensitive skin or barrier repair. Take your time. Massage your cleanser into your skin with soft, circular motions. This not only removes the day's buildup, but also boosts circulation and sends a signal to your body. It's time to slow down and rest. Once your face is clean, resist the urge to towel it completely dry. Pat gently, leaving it slightly damp. That's the perfect moment for your second ritual, moisturizing. And not just any moisturizer. After 65, your skin is craving ingredients like ceramides, glycerin, and hyaluronic acid. These aren't gimmicks. They are clinically recommended to help lock in hydration and repair that thinning skin barrier. A pea-sized amount is enough. Spread it softly over your cheeks, nose, forehead, and chin. Don't forget the neck. Many older adults skip this area, but it's just as delicate and deserves the same care. One woman I spoke to, Gloria, she's 81 and full of fire, told me she started using a night cream with ceramides after her dermatologist recommended it. Within a few weeks, her skin stopped flaking and the redness on her cheeks went down. More than that, she said applying her cream every night became her quiet moment, a time to pause, to reflect, to be with herself before bed. And that's the heart of these rituals. Yes, they help your skin, but they also help you. Now we come to the third ritual, and this one might surprise you. Facial massage. Not the fancy spa kind, just a few minutes of gentle pressure with your fingertips. You can do this after you apply your moisturizer while your skin is still soft and slippery. Use your fingers to lightly tap under your eyes, along your cheekbones, and across your forehead. Stroke upward, never down, lifting rather than pulling. This simple act promotes circulation, relaxes the muscles of your face, and helps drain excess fluid that can cause puffiness, especially around the eyes. And more than anything, it's calming. It signals to your nervous system that it's time to unwind. Now let's talk about the fourth ritual, your sleep environment. This is where people often forget how much your bedroom affects your skin. Dry indoor air, especially if you use central heating or cooling, can pull moisture out of your skin while you sleep. Consider using a small humidifier by your bedside, just enough to keep the air moist, especially during the winter. It makes a bigger difference than you think. Also, swap out that old pillowcase. Cotton is fine, but silk or satin pillowcases are gentler on aging skin and reduce friction, which can lead to fewer fine lines and less irritation. And here's something else. Make sure you wash that pillowcase regularly, at least once a week. Even clean skin will leave behind oils. And for those with sensitive or reactive skin, this buildup can trigger flare-ups. You'd be amazed how much clearer your skin becomes with just that small, simple habit. Now for the fifth and final ritual, a wind-down routine that reduces stress. This isn't a lotion or a mask, it's about calming your body from the inside out. As we age, stress has a deeper impact on our health, and that includes our skin. Cortisol, the stress hormone, doesn't just wear you down mentally, it actually breaks down collagen in the skin, leading to sagging and fine lines. So one of the best things you can do for your skin is to relax before bed. Maybe that's 10 minutes of light stretching, or a warm herbal tea. Chamomile is a favorite. Maybe you journal a few thoughts, or pray, or listen to soft music. Whatever helps you feel at peace. Don't underestimate this part. Your skin repairs itself at night, but it can only do that when your body is truly resting. If you go to sleep still carrying the stress of the day, your skin stays tense too. But if you give yourself that gentle transition, your body shifts into healing mode. And when that happens, your skin follows suit. One man, Roger, he's 70 now, told me he never used to think about stress and skin. But once he started doing a short breathing exercise before bed, not only did he sleep better, but his face looked less puffy in the mornings. He swore it was just the breathing, but I believe it was something deeper. It was the act of slowing down and being kind to himself. That, more than any cream or product, is the most powerful ritual of all. So let's bring it all together. These 5 habits: cleansing gently, moisturizing properly, doing a short facial massage, creating a skin-friendly sleep space, and lowering stress before bed, are not about chasing youth. They're about caring for the skin you're in right now. They're about dignity, comfort, self-respect. You've taken care of others for decades, maybe children, partners, parents. Now it's your turn. This is about you giving back to you. These rituals aren't complicated, and they don't require expensive products or long routines. Just a few minutes each evening, a little intention, and a little gentleness. And with consistency, you'll begin to notice changes. Maybe fewer dry spots, maybe less redness. Maybe you'll wake up feeling just a little more refreshed, not only in your skin, but in your heart. Now that we've taken this journey together, from understanding the quiet changes in your skin to learning the rituals that can bring comfort, beauty, and vitality back into your nighttime routine. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've really discovered. These 5 simple rituals aren't just about skincare. They're about honoring yourself at this stage of life, cleansing gently, moisturizing with purpose, massaging with care, creating a skin-friendly sleep environment, and easing into rest with intention. Each of these is a small but meaningful act of love toward your own body, and your skin, wise and resilient as it is, will thank you for it. Maybe what stood out to you most was how cleansing isn't just washing your face, it's releasing the day. Or how a moisturizer isn't just a cream, it's protection, it's healing. And that short facial massage? It's not about beauty alone, it's circulation, relaxation, connection, even the pillowcase you sleep on and the air you breathe while you rest. These small decisions shape how your skin renews itself through the night. The truth is, skin doesn't stop responding to care after a certain age. It doesn't lose the ability to glow. It may need a gentler touch, a more mindful approach, but it's always ready to respond. What's needed is consistency, patience, and kindness. And all of that is within your reach. Too often, we think of aging as a time to pull back, to stop trying, to settle. But what if aging could be a time to lean in? To lean into wisdom, into comfort, into deeper care for yourself. What if these rituals weren't just about improving your skin, but about reclaiming a sense of power and dignity in how you move through the world? There's something very special about this phase of life. The world may tell you that beauty belongs to the young, but I want you to remember this. The most beautiful faces are the ones that have lived, that have laughed, wept, raised families, carried burdens, and kept going. The lines around your eyes, the softness of your cheeks, these are not flaws. They are your map. And when you treat that map with care, it lights up. I've heard so many stories from people like you, women and men who didn't believe in skincare, who thought it was too late, too superficial. But when they began, even with just one small ritual, they saw not only changes in their skin, but shifts in how they felt about themselves. They began to look forward to bedtime. To those few quiet minutes alone in the mirror, it became a moment of grounding, of peace, of self-appreciation. So here's what I want to leave you with. Start now. Don't wait for a perfect day or a fancy product. Begin tonight with what you have. Maybe it's just washing your face more gently or applying your moisturizer with a little more care. Maybe it's swapping your pillowcase or turning off the TV a bit earlier to enjoy 5 minutes of quiet before bed. These aren't luxuries. They're investments in your health, your comfort, your peace of mind. And if you've been telling yourself, it doesn't matter anymore, I hope this video helped you see that it absolutely does. You matter. Your well-being matters. How you feel in your own skin matters, at any age. This isn't about looking younger. It's about looking cared for. And when you care for yourself, genuinely, tenderly, it shows. It shines from the inside out. That, my friend, is the glow we're talking about. So as you move forward, take these rituals with you. Make them yours. Adjust them to suit your needs. And more than anything, give yourself permission to enjoy them. Not because you're trying to turn back time, but because you deserve to feel good in your body, your skin, and your heart, tonight and every night. If this video has helped you see your nightly routine in a new light, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments what rituals you already practice, or which ones you're inspired to begin. Let's keep this conversation going. You never know who you might inspire with your story. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the Elder Wisdom and Strength channel. I post new videos regularly, all designed to help you live healthier, more confidently, and more joyfully after 65. Whether it's skincare, sleep, emotional well-being, or daily routines, this channel is your space to grow, learn, and thrive. Please consider sharing this video with a friend, a sister, or anyone in your life who might benefit from a little glow of their own. And remember, caring for yourself isn't something you outgrow. It's something you grow into. Thank you so much for watching, for trusting me with your time, and for choosing to care for yourself in this beautiful, intentional way. I wish you calm evenings, gentle rest, and skin that reflects the vibrant life within you. Until next time, take care of yourself, deeply and often. You are worth every moment of it. Wishing you a healthy and radiant night ahead. See you soon.